I will stream the lesson on YouTube as well. So that's why, guys, please turn off your microphones while you are not speaking, because I don't want this noise to be here to distract students. Those ones who couldn't attend online session here, they can watch it on YouTube. So good morning to everyone. I hope you had a good morning already. You're enjoying your day. Thank you for joining, even though it's so hard for you to do so. Today we will practice task 1 questions. So we will not write them fully together, but we will discuss how to write and what kind of information to include. And the same we will do for task 2, and afterwards we will do version for Lyceum as well as the reading. The rest that we cannot manage in the lesson, you will do at home. So let's start. In task 1 question, so what is so important? To what criteria the examiners look first? Who can answer? Yes, style, the way you organize your essay, the way it looks, of course. What else?
Task achievement.
Exactly, task achievement is important. That's why they give you these bullet points, what information to include there. Okay, what else? Shirdal, good answer. Exactly, Abdurrahim. They look at coherence and cohesion. As your emails are only 150 to 170 words, it's important for you to include everything in a manner that it looks comprehensive. You have to include a lot of information, but you should make sure that it looks easy to read. It's easy to follow. Okay, now let's look at the first email question. There it is. Now let's do it together. What kind of information you would include? You had a good meal in a local restaurant with your family. Write a letter to the newspaper to tell them about it. Describe the meal you had and why you think the restaurant is worth visiting. So let's first make it clear. To whom are we writing? Are we writing to a family member? Are we writing to a friend? Or to whom?
The newspaper.
To the newspaper. Exactly. So how can we start if we are starting to newspaper? Okay, Amina, yes, we can say to editor. We can also say to whom it may concern. Or dear sir, madam. Okay, now what kind of information we should include, or how we should start our purpose introductory paragraph? Or we can just jump to the straightforward answer.
No, the first is purpose.
Yeah, purpose. Purpose of writing. So what is the purpose of writing?
Telling them about food, about meal.
Yes, you want to just talk about the food, or you want to advertise a certain restaurant now?
Yes, advertise.
Advertise.
Yeah, you want to promote it. Meal was good. What else can you talk about? Here it says why you think that restaurant is worth.
Quality.
Good service.
Service, yes.
Okay, you want to praise the quality. Okay, purpose of writing is to promote restaurant. Okay. Now we should go in depth. We should explain in details, right? How do we do this? We should have 2 paragraphs. What's the B1 should be about?
Should you write like, recently I visited that restaurant?
Yes, you may say even the date when you visited this restaurant. But guys, do you need to state the name of the restaurant?
Yes.
Yes.
Where you should state the name of the restaurant? At the end, in the middle, at the start?
In the start.
At the start.
Beginning.
Yes. Okay, now in B1, you will talk about what? What is the main purpose of writing it?
Describing the meal. Yes.
Yes. Okay, here is the meal. You should first talk about the meal, then you should think of something that why this restaurant is so worth visiting. Here's the key word is family. It's a family place. You should include something in B2 why it's so suitable for families. Okay, meal. You should say what you have ordered and why it was so good.
Steak. No.
What?
No, nothing.
No, I misheard it.
No, I said steak. But
Oh,
steaks are not sold in restaurants.
okay. Okay, you talk about meal, what you have ordered and why it was so good. And B2, why you think it's so worth visiting. I'm sure you go to restaurants a lot, and what makes you to come back to that restaurant with your family?
Meal.
Meal in B1, what else?
Convenient atmosphere.
Okay, friendly atmosphere, let's say. What else? Maybe reasonable price?
Yes.
What does mean reasonable price? It means the food? Yeah, affordable. So what you have ordered, it was worth to that price. It's not expensive. So this restaurant is for teenagers. Is it, I don't know, small or noisy, or it's like calm, atmospheric with the live music that suits your family?
Calm atmosphere.
You have to describe it.
Calm atmosphere.
And there is an area for children to play.
Yes,
Exactly.
Small room for children.
Yeah, an area for children. Having B3 is not a paragraph, it just should be sentence. Why do you think this place should include it? What kind of information you should write at the end?
Recommendation.
Exactly. You should say that you recommend this place. Because you should have a purpose of writing about this restaurant, right? So the purpose of writing is you're advertising. So you are suggesting this place to others.
Okay.
While you talk about that it's a family place, you can also say that Youngsters may also welcome here that maybe at night they have some different groups that come in, or you must exclude all them. Like you should talk about the opposite side also, if you have enough words. Do we need conclusion?
Yes.
Really?
In the letter, no.
Oh,
What kind of conclusion do we need?
I think that these body 3 can be our conclusion.
Yeah, it is already. So after this, what you should say?
Like
Yours.
faithfully.
Okay, yours faithfully, yours sincerely. And you state your name.
Mhm.
It would be good if you come up with fake names. Do not write down your own name and surname in the exam paper. Okay, now let's move to the next one.
It means that we should write our fake names in the exam.
Yes, you should prepare beforehand what kind of name. It would be better to use not Uzbek names because they might think it's your name. So in the exam papers, it's not allowed to write your name. They will give you ID. The purpose of giving ID is that they don't want to know your identity.
Mhm.
So that's why I write down some English names.
Can you write the names of celebrities or celebrities?
Yes, why not? It's
Okay,
very popular actually.
thank you.
It's convenient. Okay, next question. You eat at your college cafeteria every lunchtime. However, you think it needs some improvements. Explain what you think, like what you like about this cafeteria and say what is wrong with it and suggest how it could be improved. It's like advantage, disadvantage, essay. So here, how do we start? To whom we are writing here? Again, to the editor?
No,
To whom?
Cafeteria?
administrator.
to the director of the college.
The director?
Administrator.
The manager of the cafeteria.
Yes, because usually cafeteria canteen of the university is separate from the university itself. They are separate entities. So that's why you're referring to the cafeteria itself and you're writing to the manager of it. So do you know the name of the manager?
No.
No.
No,
No.
usually
Maybe.
you don't know if you are not curious person, right?
Mhm.
So we start with to whom?
Dear madam.
It may concern or yes, dear sir, madam. Okay, then the purpose of writing, do we want to praise the cafeteria or do we want to give some suggestions?
Suggestions.
Suggestions.
What kind of suggestions?
To fix something.
To improve the service.
To make the food better.
Maybe to lower the price of meals.
Okay, what kind of improvements can be? Yes, the price might be. Price to lower them. Quality, service, maybe even condition because some of the cafeterias are really in poor condition.
And maybe
Chairs are
finishing.
broken, the plates are not good. So it's the main reason actually. Cafeteria should be clean. Okay, you don't need to write every single of it because it means if you have 4 suggestions, it means you have to have 4 paragraphs. Pick 2 or 1, up to you. Okay, first you should say that you go to the cafeteria and why you like it. So do you need to state your name or who you are?
Yes.
Yes, because you study at this college. And if you are a student of this college, then you must refer to this cafeteria. If you're out, then no. So state, introduce. You must say that you are not a freshman, that you are a third year or second year student and you have been having lunch here for a long time, and now you see that this place has like some service or condition. You go like smoothly go to the point, do not jump. Exactly, here you will say why this place is good. So what are the reasons that this place might be good? Now you study at school, right? So what do you like in your school? What's so good in your school? Why you go to that cafeteria?
Maybe the meal is delicious and so like that.
Just the fit food.
Okay, meal is tasty.
And not so expensive.
What did you say?
Not so expensive.
Yes.
Где это недорого?
The place isn't far.
Our cafeteria is not so.
If you are saying it's close, I think in university you have only one cafeteria, so you have no option. Okay, now B2. Now you have to say what is wrong with it, what you don't like here. Now you have to pick from here. If you are saying that it's affordable, then we cannot talk about the price. So you said it's tasty, so you cannot talk about the quality. Now you can talk about service and condition only.
Let's take
Service.
condition maybe.
So now we will remove these two because we included two processes. Now, cons, condition. Condition of what? The cafeteria itself or the furniture, the equipments?
The equipment.
Itself.
Okay, you can talk about the service, maybe. Service, maybe it's slow. The employees, they like employees. If there is only 2 people working in the cafeteria where students are around 1,000, there of course will be queues, right? It will be very slow. Okay, now you must have B3 because it says how it can be improved. So how can they improve their condition and service?
They can buy new equipments.
Okay.
Это же университет, да?
College.
Oh, college.
Yeah. It's college cafeteria.
They can buy some new furniture, plates, forks, and so on, and maybe hire some more staff workers.
New dishes, let's say.
Employ new employees.
If to talk about the service, then they have to hire new people. You have to explain here. You don't need to list the problems. You have to explain why it is a problem. For example, in most places, in most cafeterias, equipments are old, right? But it concerns about how old it is, that it's not comfortable. Maybe they don't have enough dishes, so you have to wait for the people to come and go. Or the service, it's so slow, you are late to your classes mostly because the staff is only 2 and they have no time to serve you. Maybe they are rude. They should do some training with their staff. Because in most places they are really rude and they may offend you even. Okay, how do we end our email? Any suggestions?
Can we say like I and my group mates or something like that would be
Of
extremely
course.
grateful
Of
if you
course, you must
could
talk in the name
improve.
of a lot of people.
Yes.
Because if you only will consider yourself, it's not that big a problem because you are only speaking by yourself in your name. But if you will come up in the name of like a lot of people, like hundreds, then it matters. You can include the view of others in the start, in the purpose, or here. Okay, now we have to end our email. How do we end? With what
Like,
kind of words?
we would be extremely grateful if you could improve this, if you could fix these problems.
Okay. And then you state your name, and that's how you end your email. Okay, now let's move to the next email. You play a team sport with some friends. Last week, a member of the team had an accident and wasn't able to play with you at the weekend. You decide to write to him in hospital, telling him about the match. Write a letter to your friend. In your letter, you have to tell him about that your team has won. Describe the conditions on that day and say how you felt about that match. So we understand that it's a sport. It's a team sport. Can I talk about basketball here?
Yes.
Yes, of course.
Can I talk about any sport?
Team sports.
Yes.
When a group of people play.
Like football, basketball.
It's
Sure.
talk about the match.
Match. Yes.
Where do you have matches mostly?
In football.
Football?
Yes. So you should talk about the football. Okay. You have to talk about the last week, right? About an accident. So how do we start?
Dear friend.
Dear and the name of the friend.
Yes, you don't say dear friend because it's your friend, of course. Yes, state the name. Dear or hello. Let's say Jack. Guys, always put this comma over here, always. Not full stop, you put comma. And after, what do I say?
How are you feeling? Like,
Yes.
Exactly. We will not write the purpose, we will do the greeting. Because your friend had an accent.
Yeah.
Okay, then after, what do I do?
Write a purpose.
Now, purpose. Purpose of writing is what?
Is
Telling the
match.
Tell about match.
Yes. Tell about the failure of the match or success of the match.
success.
Success.
It depends on you.
Taylor.
Now here it says that you won it, so about the success.
Чтобы подбодрить его, можно было сказать, без тебя мы проиграли.
That,
Like you are kind of leader,
Да.
and so without you, we lost the game.
yes, you may say that it was challenging to win because he wasn't here. But they still made it. They tried hard to impress him, to make him happy, to fulfill his place. Okay, so purpose, tell him about the match that you won. It's this one already. So it's B1 is gone here with purpose. B, to describe the conditions on that day. What do you understand by the word conditions?
About the weather, possible.
Yeah, weather, why not? What else?
And
They were nervous, maybe.
Yeah.
About how they were feeling.
Like players were nervous.
Maybe they were nervous, yes? Worried. And you should here connect it with the fact that they were worried not because of the match, but because he wasn't there, because he had an accident that day. So connect with the friend.
Mhm.
Okay, say how you felt about the match now. How's the match?
It was kind of challenging without you,
Yeah.
but we did our best so as to make you happy.
Yeah, if it's about the football, right? You have to talk about the scores. Who scored the goal? Maybe some Smith did some tricks there and scored the goal and you won. Maybe they scored, your enemy scored first and then you did. So explain what was happening exactly there and how you felt. So go into the topic.
Okay.
А фантастику можно добавить? The fantasy.
No,
No?
no, because I know your fantasy. You will go into
Marvel budget.
Like we were losing, but the dragon came and gave us the flame of power and we won with the comeback.
No, actually it is good, you know, and the examiner will give you some surreal mark, which is called 0.
Or maybe
It is fantasy. You will come home and tell about your mark to parents in fantasy.
and they
But
will
if
show
he
you
loves
the-
fantasy too,
Now, I'm sure the examiners are not in fans of fantasy, like 100%. Okay, now how will we end our email here?
We hope you will recover soon.
Yes, we'll get well.
hope that dragon will come and give you the flame of power and you will recover.
get back on your feet.
Yes.
So you may connect it with the hope, the rest. And you don't say you're faithfully, you're sincerely, because it's your friend. You work, you.
War reached or best regards.
Yes. Yeah, best regards might be suitable too. Your friend, and again, you state your name.
Jack Black.
Why not dragon?
Oh, yes.
Okay, we are here more than 20, but only 3 people are speaking. So guys, if you cannot use your microphones, you can type. I will read your messages. Okay, next email. You have recently learned about an opening for an internship at a school company that you are interested in. I'm sorry, local company. Write a letter to the director of the company. In your letter, introduce yourself, explain how you learned about internship, explain why you would be suitable for the internship. First of all, what is internship?
Yeah, the same question.
Yeah. Internship while you are studying at university or when you're about to finish university, you become intern. You work almost for free or actually for free. You learn your job. You will be like an assistant.
Practice.
For a year, maybe. It might last a year. And then you become who you want to be. It's like who watched a serial, like TV show, Interns, Russian one, about well, it's the same as that one. You work almost for free or actually for free in a company. You learn what to do. They will assist you. They learn everything there, and then you become. If you want to become a doctor, you will become a doctor. If lawyer,
It's like training for your job.
yes, but it will last a long time till you learn what to do. So first, we have to pick our field. What kind of company it is? What is your field? Okay. So, do we know to whom we are writing?
Yes, to a director.
You don't know.
To a director.
No,
You don't know this person.
You're writing to HR. So you don't know the name of the HR and you don't know if it's a woman or a man. So you say to whom it may concern. Or you say, dear sir. What is the purpose of writing?
That we're interested in the internship?
Yes. You should state the company name. Okay, then now you have to introduce yourself.
Like where do we study in university, right?
Yes, you can make a purpose plus introducing yourself in one paragraph because it will be, you will have a lot of paragraphs if you don't do so. So purpose and introducing together. So in introducing, you have to say your name, your qualification. Name, qualification. What does mean qualification? Образование. So you are qualified as whom? Or you study where?
Harvard.
Harvard. If you're at Harvard, you don't need internship.
Я до конца не понял, что это такое internship.
Internship.
In Uzbek, it's called... In Uzbek, it's called malaka oshirish. I think.
Yes.
А что он будет там в local company малыка oshirish делать?
No. Look, Behrouz, who do you want to be in the future?
I didn't decide yet.
You don't know it.
Yes.
Okay. Well, let's say there are people who want to be an accountant, right? Buhalter. And you cannot start working as an accountant after you finish university straight away. While studying at university or after you finish university, some company will hire you and you will work as an intern. Your salary will be very low, but you will work for certain months, or it might last up to a year, maximum a year. You will work there, but you will not work full-time. You will work part-time. You will learn from the accountants, actual accountants. They will teach you what to do. And then after, if they like you, they will hire you for like full-time as an accountant. If they will not like you, if you're a lazy person, then they will say, okay, internship time finished, you may go. We will not hire you. So it's risky.
Okay.
Yep. Most companies, they hire you as an intern just to use you, just for the person to help, and after they will say no. So it's risky.
Okay.
Okay, explain how you learned about the internship. It means, where did you see this advertisement? Where did you find out about this internship? Usually, where
Internet.
Internet.
Internet or newspapers.
Newspaper, internet, billboards. Billboards, it's like stands that are written in little papers about advertisements. Next one, explain why you would be suitable for the internship. Explain why you are the best one, best in the best.
Maybe because you love this job and you
Okay, first you have to say about that you have the same field. For example, the internship they are hiring for is for an accountant, and you study at the University of Economics. So it suits, first of all. You are interested, maybe you are a graduate. You may also, you are experienced, maybe you have already been internship somewhere and you have some knowledge. But do not say that you are experienced accountant and you are so good at your job, because if you are so good, you will not be internship. You will apply for job position exactly. And how do we end? Or email?
Do we have to attach something?
Exactly.
contact
Finally, someone did it.
telephone numbers.
CV attached. You should say that for further information, they can look at your CV that is attached to the email. Finally, someone mentioned about the CV attachment. I'm so excited.
Miss Malika, CV это как resume?
Yes.
Thank you.
Or for additional information. So your contact number, your address, everything will be in this CV. And then you end your email. Do not write down the phrase "end your email." What do you say here?
Can you say like, I hope that you will hire me?
Okay. Hope to hearing from you soon.
Thank you for your consideration.
Okay, thank you for your. And again, you state your name. Okay. Now, here I have 2 more emails. But what we will do is one of these emails will go as a homework. You will discuss it by yourself as we did here, step by step. Even writing at home with these emails, you have to have a plan like this one. So you follow this logical order. Don't mess it up, please. So one of these, your homework. And now we have task 2. Let's start. Do you see the task on the screen?
Yes.
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 Perfect. In some countries, it is thought advisable that children begin formal education at 4 years old, while in others, they do not have to start school until they are 7 or 8. How far do you agree with either of these views? Can you tell me what type of essay is it?
Your opinion in my study.
Opinion. They are saying how far do you agree? As soon as you see the word you, go for opinion.
It's like what to what extent do you agree?
Yes, it's the same. Okay, now guys, do you agree that people, like children, should start their education at 4-year-old or when they are older, like 7 or 8?
At
7 or 8
7.
better.
Okay, you
4
are
is
taking the second part, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Because you start at 7 or 8.
Yes.
Okay. Four-year-old is okay, but in our country at 4-year-old, you go to kindergarten and you cannot even manage that. So for our country, 7, 8 is okay. Do you have any arguments why we should start at 7 or 8?
Because 4 years old is too early.
With that age,
In this age, children are more, how to say, responsible.
Okay.
And in that age in statistics, they feel that like to learn something, to study. They want to study something.
Yeah, they understand the importance. Imagine you go to school at the age of 4-year-old. You cannot even go to school by yourself. You cannot do your homework by yourself. You cannot even speak properly at the age of 4, and you have to study at school. It's really hard. Any more points for 7 or 8? Okay, guys, at the age of 4, what most children do?
They play.
Exactly, but they are playful.
Their brains are fresher than the
What is this making noise?
Abdurrahim.
Come on. Okay, they are playful. What else?
They are noisy.
Okay, noisy.
Uh,
Childish.
dirty.
thank you.
Some of children have a problem with their like they're sick that they cannot speak.
They always need
you know.
help.
Okay. They need assistance.
Maybe the 4-year-old child is autist.
How?
Ну, такое бывает.
So at the age of 5, he's okay.
No. It's okay, but I saw, I watched the movie.
Мгм.
Ну, вы тоже посмотрите, Accountant называется.
Okay. Today
Он,
my
коро-
first book will be watching it.
да, он, короче, аутистом будет.
Uh-huh.
Он в школу не пойдет, потому что он слишком умный.
Okay, but look, here you shouldn't say that a 4-year-old is like perfect. You should say that Feyran, because we picked that 7-8 is suitable age. You cannot go against yourself in the essay. So what you will do is, guys, in the B1, you will say why 7-8 is perfect. And in B2, you will say why 4-year-old cannot go to school because they are playful and they need assistance. Okay? That will be very easy to write. It will be like advantage, disadvantage for you.
Yes.
All clear with this one?
Yes.
Okay. Next one. Social media is becoming increasingly popular amongst all age groups. However, sharing personal information on social media websites does have risks. Do you think the advantages of social media outweigh the disadvantages? What type of essay is it?
Opinion, disadvantage.
Disadvantage.
Advantages,
opinion.
disadvantages.
Only opinion.
No?
No.
Plus advantages, pros, cons.
Cons and pros and your opinion.
You can do both. You can write only about your opinion if you think that's correct, or you can do both by saying why this one is good, why the other one is not good. So it will be this one. Introduction, include your opinion. But it's optional. You can include your opinion at the end or in the paragraph itself. Next one, the last one. Some people think that developed countries have a higher responsibility to combat climate change than developing countries. Others believe that all countries should have the same responsibilities towards protecting the environment. Discuss both views and give your opinion. Type.
Discussion plus opinion.
Opinion and discussion. Yeah.
Okay, climate change. Is it easy topic?
No.
Not so.
It's the easiest topic.
Huh.
Now everyone is talking about climate change. How the gases are produced are awful. Cars are awful. Let's move to the bikes. The factories are bad. The plastic shouldn't be used. It's all about now climate change. Okay, B1. We will talk about what kind of countries?
Developed.
Developed. B2. All countries. Okay, now guys, can you give me your points, your arguments of why only developed countries should deal with climate change?
Because they are producing more.
Yes, there are lots of cars there.
Okay, most of the factories.
It's example, right?
Yeah, just give me any support point, argument, doesn't matter. Just list them. And developed countries means that they are rich, right?
Yes, yes.
They have the resources to solve this problem.
Yes.
Mm.
Okay, all countries, why all countries should manage?
Mm.
Okay.
Maybe they will help each other.
By helping each other.
Mhm.
Okay. Mutual help. Do you think that the less developed countries, they don't produce any gases, harmful gases or plastic bags? They don't burn them?
They produce too.
They do produce. Actually, they do produce in the same level as rich countries. It doesn't matter. Guys, look at our country. Even though we cannot be considered as the most richest country, but we do have lots of cars, we do have factories in some amount, and actually we don't follow the rules that to keep the climate clean. We don't separate the rubbish, like recyclable one or not. We don't reuse mostly plastic bags or plastic bottles. We don't do this. We don't follow the rules. So that's why like every country should cooperate. And when the harmful gas produced, where do they go?
Atmosphere.
To atmosphere, right?
Yes.
To the
The
border
lace.
process. Is it a question to me? Okay, not to me. Okay, from task 2, you will pick one essay and you will write, okay?
Okay.
Yes?
Yes.
Okay, you will have an option in task 2, but in task 1, you will have from these two. In task 2, you will have 3 options. Write one of them. Oh, I can see the rules. Okay, now we can move to reading version 4. GC version 4 on the screen.
Yes.
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 Wait a minute. Who is shouting?
Iroda.
No.
No?
Someone is torturing that kid.
Kids? Oh, sorry.
Okay,
Yarısı
It's
kapalı.
outside.
okay. They are cruel people. Okay, do you see version 1 now?
Yes, it's here.
Version 2. And is it visible?
Yes.
Yes, really
Yes.
clear.
Very clear. Perfect. Great. Now you have a minute to look at section 1 and pick the answers. You have 5 questions and you have 1 minute. Text your answers, like 5 answers in one message. Do not separate them. I hope you're almost done. Guys, your time is up. Can you give me your answers? For the first one, Barcelona, the self-confident and progressive capital of Catalonia in Spain, vibrant city with offers. A thriving port and prosperous commercial center for 3 million people. Describe the numerous its possibilities, and
B.
all I will highlight your answers because we will not be able to finish all of it. I will send it to you. It will be your homework also. Second one. This boasts some superb museums, outstanding. On behalf of, as long as, in case of, or as well as.
As well as D.
Third one. In most expressed in Antonio, crucially, permanently, perfectly, or selectively.
Perfectly, maybe.
D.
C.
This use of English, you guys are very, very slow workers. Fourth one. From early morning to long midnight.
Seven?
After midnight, all agree?
I don't know.
Yes.
And fifth, sunny afternoons, the city's beaches attract thousands of sunbathers, cyclists, and dinners.
On
On Sunday
B.
afternoon.
D, D or B?
B. On.
B.
I will give you a tour through this version. Guys, can you turn off your microphones if you're not speaking? Okay, in use of English, you will have 2 readings where they check your vocabulary and grammar also. And actual reading part, you will have multiple choice questions. When you are doing at home, guys, please do them on the Word file itself. You open and you highlight the answers, okay? In next one, you will have true, false. Here, there is not option like don't say or not given. The third option is not there for you, just true or false. In the writing section, you will have 1 email to answer about the meeting at a hotel. We wrote a very similar one already about the blue file that you left in your friend's place. So it should be very easy for you to write. The structure will be the same. It's just not friend's place, but a hotel. You will write to the manager. Of course, you don't know the name of the manager. You will concern it as a formal email where you start with dear sir or madam or to whom it may concern. And next one, task 2. People attend colleges or universities for many different reasons. For example, new experiences, career preparation, increase in knowledge, and etc. Why do you think people attend colleges or universities? You have to pick your own choice. Why? And you should give reasons for your answer. By giving reasons, it means you give example support. Here it says own experience. As we discussed, you cannot give yourself, your family as an example. You give what you observed from life. What a lot of people think, consider, wish, aim. Is it understandable?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
for this one, your deadline will be to submit this paper is you have, let's say, because you already have 2 essays to write till next lesson. Okay, let's give 5 days.
When will be the next lesson?
Next lesson will be on Monday. 27th, till 27th, you have to send 2 essays.
That 2 essays, 1 task 1 and 1 task 2. Am I right?
Yes. from those presentations. And till 30th, you have to send me this file with readings, with writing.
You send it to the group?
To the group, to me, it doesn't matter. If you send it to the group, others may copy and I don't want it. So it would be better if you send it to me, this file.
Okay.
With answers. But without answers, I will send it to the group. Okay, deadline 13th. After 30th, I will not accept it. An answer will be published after 13th. Okay, guys, do you have any questions regarding the
No.
or previous essays? What is your homework? Are you sure?
Что это делает?
Yes.
One of the students.
Oh.
Okay, guys, if you don't have a question, I will stop here. We will continue our lesson on Monday.
Okay. Thank you.
Bye
Thank you
bye.
for joining. See you on
Thank you for
Monday.
the lesson.
11.
Goodbye. Have a nice
Video
day.
calling. ข้ามไม่เลยvideo calling คนเรียนอยู่แล้วครับ